We're live. So first, I think we should say, make sure you let us know you're here. Post a comment in the comment section, and we would love to hear from you. This hopefully will be a give and take type of thing instead of just us being silly.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's usually us being silly. And there is coffee for coffee talk this morning. So hopefully you're enjoying a cup of Joe.
That's why we're 3 seconds late, because I was making coffee for us.
I lost her.
And she was worried about me.
I was worried about her. I was hunting through.
And I was in the kitchen making coffee. And I had to go. I borrowed a container of milk because the milk in the fridge was outdated.
Oh, you only had 5 of them in there. I'm surprised that all 5 were.
Diamond was super sweet, though. She let me take one. I said,
that's very nice.
She was like, yes, you can. First, the show was yesterday.
Yeah.
Thank goodness that's
Nancy
over.
Did an amazing job.
That was so sweet. Torrey had this whole spiel and flowers, and I couldn't see because you're up on the stage, but I guess I got a standing O. Don't get to say that.
Yeah, I know.
Cool.
So let me. Cool. I'm gonna tell the story since I was sitting in the back, and this is the first year I didn't actually have to work, which was awesome. And anyway, the Wake County Senior Games Follies show that Nancy has been in charge of for over 10 years. Was a great show, low attendance, but I thought it went really well. I mean, I
think if there had been more people, we wouldn't have been able to do the
art. So
the art stuff. And
she incorporated the visual and heritage arts in with slides of the winners, and then they were asked to stand up and they were recognized. And Barbara Greeley, I have to brag about one of our own, but Barbara Greeley has been taking our acrylic painting class forever, and I think she even taught for us years ago. But she won. First in gold in acrylic, and this is like the 3rd time she's won a gold in acrylic painting, and that is the most. Usually, they're the most entries in that. That media.
There were.
So it's just exciting when one of somebody like Barbara wins, and I'm just so proud of her. And we have to help her register every year because she's not real computer literate. Yeah. But anyway, and then Jan Robinson also came 3rd.
Yeah, she won 2. She won for mixed media, and she won for acrylic.
Yeah, so super proud of our folks. And then we had a 2nd place with the wood carving, and that was Diane. Yeah. So super happy about all that. But this last show, and I don't know if it's been kind of on the down low, but Nancy will be retiring soon, and she actually allowed me to recognize her, so I wrote a little spiel about it. And
I love when you say nice things about me. I love when I read her that she.
I did say she's retiring after working at the Garner after an exceptional career at the Garner Senior Center, because I feel like it's been exceptional. But anyway, so she got a standing ovation.
Kind of cool.
Standing O.
That's another like check mark on my bucket list.
Who gets a standing O?
That's pretty cool.
Nancy,
but that's because it was such a small audience.
And everybody, there were all your volunteers.
There was only 10 people. Yeah. So that's okay.
It doesn't matter.
So I did want to about the volunteers. Seriously, it had a lot of moving parts. Yeah. The addition with the visual arts added another huge time-consuming component to that. Plus, we didn't get the T-shirts in time, so we had to give the T-shirts out yesterday, which usually I have that done during rehearsals the couple days before, so there was that thing. So I just want to say, thank you to Fran and Carol for taking care of the T-shirts. I didn't have to even worry about it at all. Karen and Sharon, I worked their tails off.
Yeah, they were tired when they left yesterday.
They got there about noon, helped me put everything out in lug tables and lugged those easels, and helped me set up out in the lobby with all the visual art stuff. And then I had them be the runners to bring the medals.
Oh yeah, they were all over the place.
They were
and they were on it too. I mean, they
were so good.
They had the right medals in their hand. I mean, for never doing it before.
Well, that was 2 other people in the back making sure they had the right medals.
Well,
in the back.
That's good work.
But that was perfect. I wanted to make sure and thank Patricia Hill for being there with me Monday and Tuesday for the rehearsals. She was my timer. She and John
and Sherry and John and
John and Scott are always amazing.
Yeah.
And they gave me the whole professional input about where to put people and that type of thing, how to do the thing. And then Cherry and Jennifer,
yeah,
my fault. I did not tell them how to do the scoring again.
So you took me for granted for a couple of years because I used to do that.
Lord. Like, so that's the second year in a row I've messed up on that. I just assumed that Cherry knew what to do. No. So they they added everything up, but then they averaged the 3 totals. So you had Roz's.
Well, luckily there weren't many hacks.
Right? Because I was like, no, I just need you to tell me who won and what their total scores, like who won and who won overall. And there were no total numbers. So I knew everybody was getting gold except for the people from the solo vocalists, because that was the only one that we had to actually. So we figured out super quick who was first, second, and third in the vocals. And then I said, here, count everything up. I'm going to go give out the other golds. Come to me with the total and who had the total score. And that's what Jennifer was doing back there with the calculator. There was a little pause. Yeah. I was like, okay, this is not like going on.
Just like there's never supposed to be a gap in the parade. There was a little gap.
There was a gap at the end of the show. And the thing is, I had it set up so there wouldn't be a gap because we were going to give out the last 7 visual medals. But then when Cherry and Jennifer gave me that paper, I was like, oh no, this isn't what I need. Like, oh my, but it is what it is. It worked out fine. It always does. And Amy's
awesome. Amy Pridgeon down at the
man, she is.
Yeah, so we never have seen her on stage or really.
I saw her at the Junie B. Jones thing, and she was super cute.
Anyway, Amy is the new superintendent for the auditorium, and she is awesome. She sang beautifully the national anthem,
which I guess is a really hard song.
It is, and she nailed it, and it was really good. And then she was just very entertaining, and totally went up with my shenanigans and presenting you stuff. And
she was great. She was amazing. Good. I was really impressed. Yeah, she was absolutely.
Anyway, so if you need to know, the winner overall was after there were 7 acts, but the winner overall was the Never Home 4, and they're
they were so cute.
Yeah, they were a barbershop
They're so
quartet,
thrilled.
And they won last year too.
Overall,
I think so. Yeah.
No, Razzmatazz won last year.
Razzmatazz, okay, yeah. But anyway, they did really well. I was real proud of them, and and the show really played. I think the talent kind of spoke for itself.
Oh gosh, yeah. So that was cool. So, and then I got a big bouquet of flowers. And yesterday also was my last step class, so that was cool. My daughter Sarah comes to my class. She brought me flowers. We took a picture, and then Martha posted something on Facebook about it being my last class, and now I've been teaching for 50 years. I was like, God.
I'm glad the cat's out of the bag though, because it's been very uncomfortable trying to keep a secret that she's retired. But we're all happy for Nancy. She's got grandkids. She's got one in I think we talked about it on the last time, in France. She's got a daughter in France. So I'm gonna go. Hopefully she'll still let me come. We'll see. It took me a while to get her to be okay with it. Took me going, little hints about. Yeah, you remember I changed your diaper kind of thing? Did you do that?
No, I did not do that. I was doing more along the lines of I will help pay for rent. Type of thing.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll have dinner ready when you get home.
Right.
And I'll clean. Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. But so that was pretty cool. Next on my list is I have 3 aerobic classes left to teach. I'll teach next Tuesday, and then next month I'll do the 2nd and the 4th. And those will be it. I'll tell you, Torrey, honestly, it's getting hard for me to teach. I mean, I'm 60.
Aerobics is tough. It's hard on the knees.
And talking, and it's not even, it's I just need a second. I need to stop for a second, regroup, 1 second, and then come back. And I watch everybody out there. They all take water breaks. They all stop for a second. And when you're up in the front, you can't. Nope. So it's I still am planning to do it by myself, to exercise out on my deck or in my living room, but doing it in front of a group of people is
what year was it that you taught your first aerobic class?
I was 15. It was 50 years ago. Wow. Wasn't aerobics back then though. It was more it was more
calisthenics,
touch your feet. Yeah, aerobics wasn't invented then. We didn't start doing aerobics probably till the
Jane
80s.
Fonda.
Yeah, well, Jane Fonda was more the calisthenic-y stuff at the beginning. but then probably more in the 80s.
Then Jamie Lee Curtis came out with that movie and
Yeah.
John Travolta.
Yeah.
It was on after that.
Yeah. But yeah. And there's something on like Netflix I watched a little while ago. I forget what it was called. Glitter maybe or something.
So that's we're in the process of trying to hire a group fitness instructor. So, somebody that could do a little bit of aerobics, but it's very hard to find.
Yeah.
So,
People don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
They don't come up with their own routines. They don't deal with having to, find a DJ. Like they don't, it's more like you.
And counting, like Nancy's account. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5,
I don't
6,
have
7,
to
8,
even.
1, 2,
I
3.
just tell by the
Like,
music.
yes.
I could just do it with the music. But I mean, nobody teaches step. I mean, because we were looking, because when I was going to be gone in Charlotte to help Shana with the baby, we tried to get videos on YouTube, and they were all like so old that the quality was so poor.
Wow.
That we couldn't even use them. So maybe that's what I should do, is like start making videos.
Yeah.
I could start making videos.
There you go.
But anyway,
you can take a break.
I'm a YouTuber.
Look, you can take a break and then splice
Yeah,
it.
splice it.
Nobody will even know.
I'll be a YouTuber.
That's perfect.
So the other thing was, you weren't here last week. You were at a conference.
I
So why don't you
was.
tell us at least one big takeaway from your conference and explain what conference it was?
I'm trying to think of which one I want to say.
Well, you can say more than one.
Well, I don't want to encourage anybody to drive past the time that they probably shouldn't drive, but that was one of the topics. So I went to the North Carolina Council on Aging, is the aging conference for the state, and the presenters were really good. And I think the one I should talk about, one of the sessions was about technology, and not trying to help people and help older adults learn technology that is relevant to what they need, not just learning how to play games, but learning how to get on to my chart and understanding how to navigate all that.
Who's that? Oh, Joy. Saying no must be for me leaving.
Oh, I met I Am Blessed the other day. She waved at me. She told me, hey, hi. Anyway, so this study was really interesting, and it was more about connectivity. It wasn't about literacy. We're always like, oh, you need to be computer literate. Well, not all of us. It's really hard to be computer literate. I mean, we're self-taught, depending on our generations for most part, and then learning how to do new things. We just need to know how to connect. And so that was a lot of what he was talking about. This presenter was from Queens College in Charlotte, and he was a gerontologist, and it was just really interesting. And AARP has developed a lot of materials. And cool thing that happened, our advisory committee chairperson and our committee liaison for the Parks and Recreation Committee, so it was Tony and Charlie, went to Congressman Wiley's office, and he met two people that were with the AARP group who are willing to come out and do some of this, what they're talking about, this learning how to connect and connectivity, and teaching some classes. So hopefully we can work that up. I know Tony's been great about contacting the people, and hopefully we can get them on our schedule. We're still looking for someone to do tech tutoring, people to help people with their individual devices, cell phones, laptops, tablets, that kind of thing, one-on-one, just so that we can, it's a lot easier to work with somebody with their own device. So if you have an interest, if you're newly retired, or if you have a grandkid that needs some service hours, we would love to have somebody come and help us with that and work with
somebody
folks.
very patient.
Yes.
Seriously. Like how many phones do you deal with, our tablets? Like how many times a day do you have to put in our password? Like probably like half a dozen.
Probably a week. Yeah, probably
a week. I probably do 4 a day.
Yeah. Well,
like to put that. I don't know how. I'm like, I don't need to do the password.
But I see the people at the front desk doing it for them all the time too. So, but I also thought about that. I mean, if you could train the trainer, I mean, if we could learn, even some of the staff here could learn how to do some of this connectivity stuff, or do some topics about how to get on my chart. I mean, everything, your medical appointments are on there.
How to sign up to do your bills online.
Yeah. Just little things like that, just so you can stay in tune and don't lose.
I'm shocked at how many people show up at the town hall to pay
to pay
their
their water bill in cash or check.
and their taxes.
It's just, the idea is
Really?
don't get left behind.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to ask. They're making technology so much easier for people to learn. And it's not because you're old, it's not that. It's just, it changes all the time.
It does.
We just
And I
got to
have
stay
said
up on
to
it.
them, don't worry about it. Just play around. You can't do.
Well, at first,
That's not true.
at first you can
They
mess some
can.
things up. Yeah. And,
Yes, they
you
can.
got to have
And you got to remember your password.
yes, you have to have an email address.
And you have to remember your
have to-
password.
Remember your password.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
And
That was one of my
yeah,
takeaways.
that's perfect. I wanted to mention that Adrian's Tai Chi class starts not next Tuesday after, the 4th of April. Monday's line dance is going really well. We ended up canceling the intermediate class, and now her regular class is going to go from 10 to 11. Renee is going to go from 10 to 11:30, and everybody is welcome to stay the whole hour and a half. But the last half hour, she's going to do more difficult songs. She's going to move a little bit faster.
Right.
But certainly, if you can't keep up, stay, watch. Like at least think about it in your head, and that's
And
working
that'll all
really
be
well.
incorporated in one class instead
Yes.
of breaking it off into two.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's included in your fitness pass.
Awesome.
Gardening. What's going on with
Mm.
gardening?
We are starting a new year of gardening. This is the second year of Gardening for Life. And if you're interested, if you have any kind of passion for gardening, we've this year partnered with Sweet Peas, who's
So
a
cute.
microgreen. Well, they're a lot of things, but anyway, they're a urban garden here in Garner, and they are helping us develop and plan our garden in the back. Well, I've had to spend some money. So if you drive up to the front of the senior center, you'll see this giant yellow bag, and it is compost that is so heavy. It came in with a forklift, and
from Sweet Peas.
no, they told me where to get it from because I needed
Oh.
compost. I needed compost material. I needed manure, basically manure. Sorry.
You can say
Yeah.
that.
Anyway,
I can think of other words.
I know. I can think of something that got sung in the Senior Follies last night. That was kind of
It's all
anyway,
time, man. Takes all
I
time.
know. There's a giant yellow bag of compost for our gardening members right now to take what they can get so we can lighten the load and actually be able to move some of the dirt to the back of the building. So this anyway.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, I couldn't.
Heavy.
It was too heavy. I couldn't do anything.
Okay,
So
that
I'm
makes
like,
sense.
anybody that's in this group, or if you're interested in joining, if you need some composted material, it's great.
Well, oh, she
It's-
needs help with her Android. Oh, I was going to say, I thought you were going to say you
Oh,
needed
come
some
on, Joy.
compost, Joy.
You should be teaching Android. No, I'm just
Right.
kidding. But yeah, Joy. Actually, I gave Joy some compost
Okay.
the other
I
day.
was gonna say, like, she's a garden person.
Anyway, we're going to be meeting April. Really, in May, we're going to be starting up, and I believe it was published in our brochure that it's going to be the first and third Thursday at 2. We've actually had to change that to the second and fourth. I'm sorry. As soon as that publication goes out, something will change.
It's already.
But we're at the
we're
mercy
doing
of
a year ahead of
yeah.
time. That's why, like, we're guessing.
It's really deals with my schedule and then the Sweet Peas and being able to make sure we have enough people to work on this. But if you have a little bit of a back and you would like to come and help, there's a lot of heavy lifting that we need to do next Thursday to help get this bed. The bed's done. We're laying mulch and compost and that kind of thing.
We love that stuff.
I do. I'm really excited. I bought myself a new pair of shoes to wear out there so I can keep them up here.
Insane. I could, like, someday I'll tell you this stuff she sells me.
Yeah, I'm surprised you aren't holding back. You're gonna wait till the very end and hold back. Look at.
I hate the garden. I hate the
I
garden.
love big piles
Ugh.
of mulch.
Yeah, she's like, yes, it takes all kinds. So we have 3 trips planned. Mandy's put together a trip to Tryon Palace. There's already, I think, a waiting list for that. I will be here, and I've never been. So if we get enough and we can open up another bus, I can go. Just throwing that out there. Dragonfly, it's 4:31. Oh, I won't be here. I might not be here. I think I might be. I don't know, maybe not. Dragonfly, the painting, that sounds good. I'm dying to go there too.
You could do that. You can just become a senior.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking too that like Dragonfly, they were advertising the other day. She emailed me about they were grooming the horses to get rid of the winter coats, and they were looking for volunteers to come
Yeah,
and brush the horses. And I sent it to my daughter to see like you should bring the kids.
that would be a fun
Would
thing
love
to
to do that.
Yeah.
And then Mandy's also got a spring covered dish supper planned for the 6th.
And that's the egg hunt, the adult egg hunt.
Oh, that egg hunt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So-
Because our egg hunt is
Our-
next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday.
yeah.
That's like my least favorite event that we have to do. I hate that event. It's
I'm
not
gonna-
that it's hard. It's just that
I know.
people, I just leave every year, no lie. I leave like so disillusioned with humanity. Like the kids are adorable. They're,
But they're-
so cute, but these parents are just so greedy and
Well, they want their
God.
kid to have whatever. And there's
Oh, it's awful.
a video that you can watch about the egg hunt that
And
they,
there's a
it's,
reason
it's
that all
actually
those-
it's actually etiquette egg hunt
about
etiquette.
how to not
Yeah.
push
How
somebody
not
out of the
to,
way.
like,
Push a 2-year out of the way to grab the egg. And I've seen men do
Yeah, I
that.
know.
Grown men do that.
Yeah.
Like we've had to call the police. I remember calling them on the walkie-talkie. I need somebody with a gun over here.
Oh,
Somebody with a gun.
somebody that looks
and some
authoritative.
authority.
Yeah, some
like
authority.
I need this is getting out of control. I'm getting a little nervous. She's in my grill. Like yikes.
Yeah, we've
It's
had
gotten
some.
really craziness. Again, about the brochure, we mentioned that super quick. That is out if you live in Garner. I don't. Are they doing 27603 or just 2762 whatever
I don't-
25 whatever Garner is?
210.
79.
It's
something.
Garner residents receive it. so
Garner,
if you're
yeah.
not a Garner resident,
If you
come by
didn't get
and we'll
one, we have them,
yeah.
or they're online. You can go to garnernc.gov. Just go to the Parks and Rec tab, and it says something. It's on the right. There are 2 boxes. There's the first box is to register for programs, and then the one to the right is says that the brochure or marketing material
Right,
or
right.
it says something. But that's you go in there, and that's the whole brochure. Somebody's thanking you for the manure.
You're welcome. You're welcome for the manure.
Uh-huh. So the egg hunt for the town is April 1st. That's a Saturday. Is it at 12? 10? I don't even know. Do you? We
I know when I'm supposed to be there.
When are we supposed to be there? Do you know? You just said you knew when we were supposed
Well, I
to
have
be
an
there.
email. I didn't say
I have an email.
read it.
It's on my calendar. I don't have my phone. So we have that. Talk to them a little bit. You weren't here, but at the last advisory committee, Torrey came up with this idea, and she's gotten the
Public
advisory.
input.
Yeah, the advisory committee is like ready to rock. Like had to tell her, I said,
She
had
had
to keep saying, no, I think that's being a little bit overzealous. Like maybe we can do that another day. But yeah, so this is a cool idea.
We realize that we don't have many opportunities, except for with the advisory committee, to get public input from you all about planning our programs, about different things. Now, there, of course, some things we don't have say so in, but like how
we will probably not have any say in that money.
in the money. Yeah. So just so you know, yes, that
won't have a say.
we've had a lot of people offering suggestions about what to do with that $500,000 grant we got.
Above our pay
That
grade.
is way up there, and it was actually very earmarked for specific repairs that have to be done to the senior center because they're just long overdue. So unfortunately, that money is not available. But we also have our senior center grant that's really programming. Anyway, there is opportunity to give input, and what we decided to do is twice a year host an open house and an opportunity for people to talk to the advisory committee. Their peers instead of just us. And so, so we don't feel beat up and they,
love hearing this
I know. But actually give a little input and get some explanation behind the way we do things. But the open house is going to be from 3 to
They changed it to 7.
Yeah.
You said 6, and they said that wasn't.
So we wanted to offer opportunity for people that are still working to come and give, and that could be for your mom or dad too, if you know that mom and dad are coming, and you can bring them over and they can show you around. And
so it's still 55.
Yes,
55.
Yeah.
So if we could get enough budget,
which I will
we could
be
do some stuff.
55 in a month. I'm now.
I was there a long time ago, so
I'm going to go out of town.
I know.
That day.
I felt bad that I was leaving her the other day. Like she was being a whiner and like talking about me leaving. Rah, rah, rah. And I said, I'm sorry if I'm 15 years older than you. Like, sorry, not sorry. Bye.
I don't whine.
Okay. Okay.
I don't whine.
But yeah, she's like, poor me.
I did not.
What am I going to do? I said, I'm putting everything in the shared folder. You're just going to have to look for it. I said,
she gave me some piece of paper that she that had a bunch of stuff on it the other day and I said, oh, what is this? Oh, this is good information. She goes, I've given that to you every day for the last 20 years. I mean, every month for the last 20 years. I was like, oh, I probably should start looking at those things.
I leave them on her chair. Okay, this is no lie. So when something happens like that, I know. I don't say it's a receipt. Say I used her credit. If I saved her, if I had to use her credit card, the town credit card, I would have to email her the receipt. I would keep a copy of the receipt, and I would put a hard copy on her chair.
I've gotten better.
I haven't used your credit card.
Oh.
I have my own credit card.
Oh.
Well, I don't. She took my credit card. Why did you need my credit card?
I'll spend money on it.
I know, but why did you have to spend money on my credit card?
It's the gardening grant.
The gardening money. Okay. But she didn't have enough.
I've gotten a whole lot better. She's talking about years ago. And I'm having to be like uber responsible these days. So, you know, like on multiple levels.
Training her.
Yes. And Nancy.
To like be self-sufficient.
I really, I
who comes with the notes?
Who
comes with the notes?
I play a good game. See, I just make her feel like she needs to do
I'll tell you though, that while you were out, a couple months ago, like I had a whole new respect for what she does. Like, yeah, it was overwhelming. Yeah, it was overwhelming. It was completely overwhelming. Anyway, that's it. And what time is it? Look, we're so good. So I am leaving for Charleston tomorrow. I'm excited. I've never been there. I'm being allowed to come because I'm going to be the babysitter. But then I found out last night, she texted me and said that Harper is not taking she was breastfed, is not taking a bottle. I said, well, she took a bottle for me that day we had her here. That was so fun, right?
Oh, Nancy's granddaughter visited us the other day. It was like good for my heart.
Yeah, everybody, not just yours. Like, it's you don't get to hang out with a brand new baby very often in your life, you know, like you really don't.
I mean,
she's a good baby, but she hates the car. So the other thing is, if you guys could give me some suggestions on what to do about the night leg cramps. I've tried the
they're gonna say put a bar of soap.
That doesn't work. And either does the mustard thing. I did that too. And I really have been trying to make sure I drink plenty of water. I've gotten on a multivitamin. Oh my God.
I think it was the hot dog we ate yesterday.
The hot dog?
Because I felt horrible all night.
That's your stomach, not your
I know, but
not your cramp. Anyway, on that note, I think we're done. Hugs. Mwah. We'll be back next month though. Love you all. All right. And